It's almost midnight where I am, and as usual, I can't sleep. The reason I can't sleep is because I can't seem to get the thought out of my head of deep, deep despair of what world we live in. Like, I know that there's good in the world. I know that there's things that could be seen as desirable, and that's why humans stay alive. Like, there's things they want. But as the years go by, and as I try to integrate more life, I feel more and more alien. And I feel less and less vitality. My days are just riddled with doing things that I know I have to do or that I'm afraid of not doing to get through another day for the sake of getting through another day because it's the right thing to do. And I'm tired. It feels like living like a slave, but if you don't do those things, terrible things happen. And that's everyone, right? But when you have mental health struggles, that whole kind of like convincing game that you play becomes so much harder because people that maybe aren't suffering, you just naturally become blind to how much life takes from you versus how much you get back, because your brain only naturally will remember like, oh yeah, but I got this, and oh, I got an entire glass full of orange juice, but it only took me 50 oranges to squeeze. Like, you forget that, right? But when you're dealing with a constant level of emptiness in your heart and a constant yearning for something that, as the years go by, you realize is less and less likely to happen, and worse than that, you realize it doesn't actually exist in this world, but despite that, you're supposed to just get on with your day and do the dishes and go to work and act like a normal person. It just becomes like torture. And especially if you've not got a reason to do it, you don't fundamentally feel attached to this body, to this person. As time goes by, you feel actually, ironically, less and less like a person, because as the years go by, the version of you that maybe was normal, maybe was slightly more connected to what people would characterize as normal, becomes more and more distant, and the years you spent mentally ill become more and more the bigger part of what your life is. And the more you're trying to get back to that normal, or what do you think it must have felt like, the more it becomes like that game where it's about saying a word in someone's ear and they repeat it and they repeat it to everyone's ear, and by the end it becomes a completely different word. It feels like that. I'm trying to string together what normal used to feel like with memories of feelings when I don't have them anymore and I cannot make sense of them anymore. So right now it's almost midnight, and my normal routine would be obsessing about going to sleep at exactly 11:30 p.m. because then I have to get 8 hours of sleep, and because the 8 hours is going to save my life, it's going to make me beautiful, it's going to fix my skin, it's going to do all this shit that it's not really going to do. And hey, even if it did do those things, having marginally better skin and maybe slightly more defined, God knows, is not going to make me happy. It's not going to make me all of a sudden loved. And it's not going to actually fill the intense hole in my heart of years of neglect that I've done to myself. But despite myself being able to say that, And I can say this to a therapist because you know what any rational person is going to say. Well, you must see how crazy that is. I can say it, but it's like my mouth and my words are disconnected from my heart. I don't feel that to be true though, because I keep doing it. I keep waking up every day and counting all my calories and doing all my routines. Because if I don't do that, I'm falling. And worse than that, I'm falling in front of a pack of wolves that can just kill me, and I can't live with that. Like, to me, existing out in the world, and to a lot of people, I'm sure, with this level of hypersensitivity, with this level of vulnerability, it's past just insecurity. It's past just, you know, social anxiety of, oh, you just gotta put yourself out there and just do things that scare you and opposite action. It's past that. I've done that for years, and it never gets easier. Today, with my dad, we just brought my cat to the vet just to have the vet give the cat a pill. And despite it being a vet in the middle of nowhere, in a small village, like, it's not even that deep, I still have to I have to go, and the level of unsafety and discomfort I feel just leaving the house and being seen by people, like, it is just exhausting. And there comes a point when you have to go through that every single day, and you have to try your best to figure out mechanisms to make it slightly more bearable that happen to feed into the obsession. Where it does become like, what am I even doing this for? What am I even putting one foot in front of the other for, when actually I haven't been living for a person for years. I haven't been treating myself like a person for years. I've been treating myself like this thing to be gazed on, this performance to play. Try and convince these people I'm normal, try and convince these people I feel normal, try and convince this person that I actually am interested in them, or I'm not afraid of them, or I feel passion and happiness and joy, and I don't hate and deeply fear every single person I encounter. And you spent so long doing that, you don't even flag that anymore. Like, that's just baseline. And then I'm like, oh, well, the real problem is that I'm not socializing enough, or the real problem is I'm not sleeping enough, or all these things. But actually, the bigger red flag is, hey, you are fundamentally experiencing life and perceiving people on a level that is just not what other people are feeling. But how the hell are you supposed to call yourself back to a normal base when you can't even see what other people are saying? You can read online or go to a therapist, and all the things that are said just feel like lies, or they just feel like, just, so yeah, well, if I had wheels, I'd be a bike, just get on the top of that building and just jump and fly. And I'm tired also of that being my responsibility. It kind of feels like, oh yeah, just the way out of this is to close your eyes and put your hand in the flame, and do that every day and feel the pain, and yeah, and if you choose not to, if God forbid your natural human survival instinct to not put yourself through pain and keep holding your hand there kicks in, well, you've got only yourself to blame, because you didn't do the courageous thing. You didn't fake it till you make it. No one's gonna come and save you. It's a joke. It feels like a joke. So, yeah, I guess I just wanted to talk about that. I don't know what tomorrow's going to give. Actually, I do. I know exactly what it's going to give. It's going to give the exact same day that I've been living for 2 years. I don't know. The exact same obsessions and the inability to actually look at myself objectively or understand how to stop, understand how to just be happy. And yeah, it's exhausting. And I don't know.